I got to tell you, I'm shocked. Not even playing, shocked. I'll tell you why at the end. Hang with me because this is truly interesting to me. We as humans, we do some very weird things. So I need y'all to help me make this make sense. So I've been on this healing journey for about 10 years. If we haven't met, my name is Sam, and I'm a gratitude and self-love expert. And I have gone on a healing journey for the last 10 years to be able to make that statement and have it be true. Gratitude and self-love expert. And so I've been polling women on Facebook and Instagram and asking them, sending them direct messages and asking a question, a very simple question. And the question is, do you believe that self-love is selfish? And their answer is always, not always, there's been a few exceptions. Of the 198 or 99 have said, no, self-love isn't selfish. And And then I had one woman, I remember, she's like, but what if it is selfish and it's still okay? So she was down with, she was picking up what I was laying down. It was totally cool. And so here's the thing I need you to help me make sense of, because I ask you that and you say, of course, self-love's not selfish. But then the way we live out our lives proves that we don't believe it. We say it, but we don't believe it. And here's what I was shocked to find out. So in this community that I'm part of, I did a post because these are business owners, entrepreneurs, coaches, females, people that would typically be my ideal audience. And I'm rolling out something new for Safe Heart Connections called, oh, it's a secret. I don't know. You're here. So if you're here and you're watching or you watch a replay, I'll tell you. It's going to be called the Overflow Sisterhood. It's replacing my mastermind. And here's why I want you to consider this an educational post. It's not about what I'm doing, but it's about what I've learned and how you might be able to now implement this with your own process, your own coaching, how you connect with your ideal client. One of the things that a lot of people in school don't know about me is while I am a gratitude and self-love expert, and this is my heart's passion, I also own a virtual admin company and we do all things business, all things marketing. No, that's not true. Not all things. We do a ton of business stuff. I have a very strategic brain. I think through things, I test things. And so as I learn these things, while it's helping me for Safe Heart Connections, I want to be able to share these with y'all. And so here's what happened in this community. I'm working on structuring the Overflow Sisterhood, and I had a list of 9 things that were going to be included, or I'm considering including. It's not finalized yet, but I'm considering including in the Overflow Sisterhood. And I'm going to share what those 9 things are. One of the things that we're going to be able to do in the Overflow Sisterhood, what part of what my goal is helping women learn how to grow their business while still creating a life that they love. And so it's a balance of keeping your business growing and income coming in and creating stuff in the world that truly matters, that allows you to have the impact that you want, but you still give to yourself. And so there's basically 9 things that I'm considering including. And the thing that shocked me was whenever I posted it, I asked them to pick the top 3 things. Almost all of them only picked the things that would help grow their business. Only 1 or 2 mentioned something that would help them receive. Because if you're not receiving, you can't give. So if you're new here and you haven't found me online before and you haven't seen anything I've done, I teach the concept of keeping your cup so full to the overflow that you give out of the overflow. So when you give, you're giving out of everything that's spilled out over the top, and you're able to keep your cup full so you don't give from depletion, and you're able to give in kind, loving, generous ways without taking away from you. And so let me show you these 9 things. I'm going to go through them really pretty quickly. And if you're watching, I'd like to know your feedback of on the ones that you think would be most important. And I want you to really consider yes, we need to grow our business. We have to have the income coming in, and we have to show up in a way that allows us to do that, right? These things, the balance of what I'm doing, the yin and the yang, will allow you to keep your cup full while growing your business. But if you don't keep your cup full, I truly believe you will not be able to have the impact that you could in the world. All right, let's talk about it really quick. So, the first thing is I host 2 virtual summits a year. And as being part of the Overflow Sisterhood, you'll get 2 spots, and you'll basically be like the VIP level where you get to talk about your topic related to the summit. We also then take that talk, and my team actually goes through and we create a book out of it. And it's a compilation book with all the speakers, and we edit it, we get it all put together. The first one we did was the gratitude effect, and we got #1 bestseller the first day it launched. And so that's able to allow you to tell your story a little more fully. Let me pull this down just a little to keep it all on one page. Then the third thing, which is really super cool, that I don't know I've seen anybody else do this before, but when you're in this Overflow Sisterhood, you will be able to teach a class teaching your modality, how you show up, how you want to help, and make an offer for them to join your email list, to join your program, to do whatever. It would literally be an hour masterclass session, training, whatever you want, that you get to put it in my community. As I build my community, you get to then share your information, and it just lives there, and we'll be promoting it to where people find out about it. And so these first three, the speaker at the summit, the books, and then the teaching in the classroom, those were the top three that were listed, that people responded that they wanted most of. And then this one got mentioned some too, because I have this business brain and I'm really good at thinking through processes. If you've done the Strengths Finder assessment, I've done that, and I actually went through coaching with Dale, and it was truly life-changing for me, because what I realized is my brain is different and how I show up is different. And my #1 strength is something called strategic, and it's not something you can cultivate. Either you have strategic or you don't. And if we're talking to somebody and they say, I want to do this, and I'm right here now, this is where I'm at, and I want to get here. All they really see a lot of times are a few of the little steps to get here. But my brain naturally, without really even thinking, thinks about how to get from here to here, all the things that have to happen. And so part of growing your business part is once a month, we'll have a business building session to where I can kind of brainstorm and rumble with you and get some clarity and to support you. And so these 4 were the most popular. Okay. Um, this one didn't even get mentioned on that side, but there's going to be a business directory where you'll be listed to where it'll be easy. If somebody's looking for a service, it'll be easy for them to find you. That one wasn't mentioned at all. I did have someone mention this one, the annual virtual retreat. So this would be wherever you're at, you would come and you would be able to receive. I would do a teaching and training for you to be able to receive, to keep your own cup full. I had one person mention that one. And then this one, nobody mentioned, but this is actually one of the most beautiful things that I will do in any of my communities, is I actually create space where I allow you to then implement some of these things that you'll be learning on your journey to create a life you love. And I call them overflow sessions. And it's a meditation, but not really. And we just take a few minutes to ground, to focus, and I get you in a calmed state. We're thinking about our breath. Okay, so maybe it's a meditation. And then I ask you a question to ponder about what you need today. And this is one of my favorite things to do. And maybe it's because maybe people didn't pick it because they didn't know what it was. Maybe they didn't understand it. And then the Voxer support, nobody mentioned, but that would be critical if you're looking for help, or you're in the middle of a business situation, you have a question, or you're having a crisis in your life and you need somebody to reach out to, then you would have access to that. And then this is truly what I consider to be the cherry on top. And I had one person comment on it as well. But this, and I promise I'm going to get back to how all of this is going to help you. If you use what I'm about to share with you at the end of this, how it could truly help you in your own marketing for your own business. But I host in-person retreats. I've been doing one a year. My goal is to start doing 3 a year. My plan is it'll always be at the same place near Austin. You just get to Austin, I take care of the rest. And when you can come and truly participate, the magic that I've seen happen at these retreats, I can replicate it online in a virtual retreat, which we will do, but it's just not the same. And so here's what I want you to know and what I want you to think about is, first of all, if you have been listening and you've been paying attention, I truly would like to know which 3 would be the most impactful for you. And I'm going to go through and try and reword some of this to where it makes sense, because maybe people didn't understand something, but it's critical for your people to be able to understand your message and what you're offering and what you're saying. And so if you are working on creating something, before you actually create it, try and find a tribe of people that are like-minded, like you, and they're on the same track, and you can trust them and ask them for feedback, just like I did. I was shocked. I said at the beginning, I was shocked. I was shocked. I knew it intellectually that the biggest thing I have to overcome with my women and my ideal client is to get them to understand that if they truly want to grow a business that will be sustainable and that will be able to help them live the life that they want and leave the legacy they want, they have to start with themselves. So I have to teach people that overflow is greater than hustle. So what is it that you have to teach your people that will help them understand what you're trying to do and have them want to receive it? So I just had this really big breakthrough recently, and I've gone through a couple of programs. I'm doing a bunch of coaching and different things. What I want my women to get is to create a life that they love and live in overflow. That's what I want. But what y'all want is to grow your business. Me too. Me too. I want to grow my business too. And I just gotta say, if you get the order, if you get it out of order, I tried it, y'all. I tried doing so many things where, before I went on this journey of creating a life I loved, I was stuck. I was stagnant. I could do something so long. I could white knuckle it, hold on and be like, I can do this for so long. But it wasn't sustainable because I was giving out a depletion. And so what is it for you? What do you want so deeply and desperately for your clients? Because you've experienced it. Like I've experienced going from self-hate to then creating a life I love. I know the power of that. What is that for you? Start to create it and then ask people you can trust for their honest feedback and mercy. You just get it just gets to go. So what I want you to know is that if you want to create a life you love, you can, one choice at a time. And I promise you, this is a big promise. I promise you that if you work on making yourself a priority, even in just little teeny tiny things, and you start to do that, your body, your brain, your nervous system will start to receive in a different way, and you will be able to build your business with more clarity, more trust, more alignment, more everything good that you need to create your business, to build your family, to show up in life as a mom, a sister, a friend, a coworker, whatever it is. Everything is better when you start by taking care of yourself. And I will end this in a very sweet, special way. Maybe you've heard it before, but I want to remind you that your voice matters. The world needs you, and you, my sister, are loved.